Hey Peaches, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today we are doing an apartment speed build. So this is an apartment that I built in my own small city living kind of situation that I'm creating in the middle of Willow Creek. I'm basically creating a whole small city, and it's comprised of some businesses with some apartment units above them. And so in this particular building, I chose to create an apartment for Jonathan Zestman. Jonathan Zestman is my makeover of Johnny Zest. And then because I forgot that Johnny Zest wants to be a comedian and I don't actually like playing that aspiration, or rather I've never really played that aspiration or had any interest in it, I decided to completely change him and turn Johnny Zest into Jonathan Zestman. He is a young black man in his late 20s. He's about 27. He has fully pulled away from his family and their financial entanglements because they are not the most ethical or moral people in the city. And so he moved into his own apartment and he's determined to make it on his own using the money that he's earned from his wiser business investments. Now, Jonathan Zestman is going to be a sim that I play with a little bit later on down the line. You'll see once I'm done fully furnishing and constructing my whole little small city situation. And the reason why I'm creating it is because I want to be able to fully play and enjoy the idea of apartments without crashing or risking my entire save file, which I know is the case for a lot of us, for a lot of us who own the for rent pack. And so you'll see throughout this build, I don't have any for rent items. I have not bought the pack yet because I'm basically too afraid that it's going to crash my game and cause an issue with my save file, and I would really hate for that to happen. And even in saying that, this is reminding me I need to go upload my most recent rendition of this whole mini city that I'm building and upload it to my gallery, or at least to my library for now until it's complete, and just to save it as a backup. But anyway, as you see, I'm here in the kitchen. I'm cluttering it up because Jonathan Zestman is someone who now is really into music. He wants to open up a record store, and while he wants to finance many small businesses and support them the way his family is supposed to but doesn't, he wants to start his own businesses first to earn that money on his own. And so the first business he'll be opening is a local record shop. He really loves vinyl, he loves jazz, he loves hip hop, and he just loves the process of playing records and really selecting your music and feeling intentional about these things. And he wants to introduce the teens of the city and his neighborhood back into vinyl records and steer them away from e-streaming or sim streaming their music. So that's a bit of his story. So yeah, part of that, again, that has to do with the kitchen, is that he's also someone who likes to cook. He's very into fitness. And because he's trying to save money, he really wants to learn how to cook. And he likes to use his place to also wine and dine women and treat them to some of his signature recipes. And so that's why later I go and only add a 2-seater table instead of something bigger or like a bar seating area. I wanted to create like a little intimate seating area that can be used in some romantic scenes when I have him dating around and all that kind of stuff during his actual story. So here I am fidgeting in the living room. I fidget throughout this entire build. It's like everything I start with I don't really like in the end, and that's fine. I do leave a lot of it in because I feel like some Sims builders make it look really, really easy, and maybe for them it is because they're more familiar with the catalog and what they like and what they don't like. For me, I've never built an apartment like this, a music lover's apartment. I never intentionally went for this style or, specific story of someone who loves records specifically and not just, whatever. So yeah, here I am cluttering it up with some records. These are CC from My Shuno Sims or My Shuno Sun. I do believe. Yeah, but these are CC. A lot of the stuff in this build is CC. I I think The Sims does a good job of giving us items, but they really be missing the mark when it comes to storytelling and gameplay, which is fine. I love supporting CC creators, so I use these records pretty much everywhere because I love the swatches. I feel like that they felt authentic, and I also just like that they were set up, stacked, and really close together, which is what records would look like in real life. So I cluttered the shelves a little bit with other things I think of our interest to him. So I gave him a little, I think that's a dragonfly little pet. I do wish that they could like feed them or just do more than view them, but I felt like it added a little something to his story and to his apartment. And before you're like, oh, he's supposed to have a lot of money, he comes from family, why is he in this small apartment? I have all of the apartments I have set up to be kind of like starter first, my first apartment kind of style, because my idea with the gameplay version side of all of this is that the Sims will start in these small apartments, they'll earn a lot of money, and then I will move them out into another city or a home or something like that, something else that I built for them, depending on how their storyline progresses within the game. So this is kind of just me setting the stage for them just starting their lives out for whatever I determine their storyline to be. Oh my god, I fidget so much in this living room, y'all. So much. I don't even think I end up keeping this couch in the end either, which no, I don't. I don't even think I end up keeping this rug. I think I end up layering rugs. I didn't know what kind of art to put on the walls because I don't love everything we have in The Sims. It feels very repetitive. And yeah, I used a lot of CC. I do like the way this apartment turned out overall. But yeah, it took a lot of fidgeting. It took a lot of figuring it out. And because I haven't been building in a really long time and I'm kind of just coming back to it and having fun, and because I made the whole entire goal of building again and sharing my builds to just be to talk about my save file with my stories and share my builds with you guys. Yeah, because this is for my save file, I feel like I had a lot of fun figuring out this apartment and some of the other builds that you'll see coming up on my channel if you haven't already watched them, or you know, depending on what order you're watching things in. But yeah, and a lot saying that, you know, I'm going to create this for my save file because I really just want to play my game and I want to enjoy it. And of course, we know with The Sims, you have to build everything you want to play with. So this allowed me to have like a lot more fun figuring things out and I was really considering every choice that I was making and thinking about, like, does this fit into the storyline? Would this fit into a scene that I would shoot? Does this fit into what I know about his character? Yada, yada, yada. And so that's a lot of what I was thinking about when I was creating this small little office area, because he's a businessman. He runs his own business. He also helps support other businesses by maybe giving them advice and advising them on accounting, and maybe that's how he makes a little side hustle in the community, which is advising other businesses and helping them get their books straight and do things legally, especially if they're tied up with his family for any reason, which again, they don't do things morally. They're not like the best people because they are rich, they come from money, they don't even live in this neighborhood, and I'm really excited to sit down and create them when I get to that point. But yeah, Jonathan likes to study business and finance and doing things legally and right and cleaning up the messes his family left behind, because he really wants to separate himself from that. So this is his little starter apartment, and everything he's working with in his bank account is from some smart investments that he's made on his own, which allows him to have money and has allowed him to financially separate himself from his family. Yeah, so I fidget with these curtains a bit. I think I settled on these from Dream Home Decorator, I want to say. I do feel like we need more curtains in The Sims. Among a lot of other things we do need more curtains. I mostly rely on CC for a lot of things. So also, as you can see, the records kept disappearing from this shelf setup that I had here, and I kept having to go back and fix it. That was a little bit annoying, but yeah, I like the way this layered rug look turned out. It felt a little bit more organic. I wanted the space to feel kind of cozy, a little bit like It's luxurious, but still bachelor patty and very much like, this is my first apartment. This is my first time living on my own. This is my place, and I really want to make it mine. And yeah, I took a lot of time figuring things out. I didn't know what to put here, so I think I ended up going with a speaker. And I did put the treadmill outside because, again, he's into fitness. And I am filming, or I was recording this apartment build, I hadn't yet decided or got started on building a gym for the small city, but I did want to put something on his fire escape so that he like always is able to work out from home when he's not like jogging outside or working out in the park or whatever. So I put that out there, and then I came back inside and I put this more modern speaker. And I think I put some more vinyl records up here, but for me, I was just like pretending they were CDs instead of vinyls. And added a small collection for him there and stuff like that. So what did I put up there? Oh, I think I ended up putting like a little Sim Plum Bob light up there. I like to put things in my Sims apartments sometimes that make it like, oh, they're so proud to be a Sim by using the Plum Bob. The bathroom stays pretty simple. I actually don't think I leave any of the bathroom stuff in besides the little that you see now, because oh my god, it's so hard to film in bathrooms. I don't really know how the other builders do it. I'm sure at some point I'll figure all that out and get better at filming it. Oh, actually, I guess I did leave most of it in. So yeah, I just cluttered the bathroom a little bit with the typical needs. I tried to keep in mind this is a man who comes from like money and like a world where everyone cares about what they look like and how you take care of yourself. So I do end up adding some like self-care items in here. I add in a shelf, I clutter it up a little bit, but I keep it pretty simple. Bathrooms aren't my strong suit, and they aren't my favorite simply because they can be difficult to film. But actually this didn't come out so bad. But yeah, there I am cluttering it with some small items. In real life, I would never put a toothbrush caddy over a toilet. I wouldn't even want it this close to a toilet. And I kind of wish in The Sims we had the option to tell our Sims to like put the seat down because like that's so unsanitary, but it's a Sims, so I guess it's okay. I love that this little like medicine box that we got here in one of the clutter kits, I think it is. And so I added that to the top shelf. I added some towels here. And yeah, just those basic needs and necessities. And I don't really do much else besides I think add a rug and change the light. Also, I wish we had more sinks. We don't really have nice bathroom sinks. And that's probably why our Sims this is why the Sims were washing the dishes in the bathroom, because it's all a kitchen sink. You don't be giving us bathroom sinks. But anyway, here we are moving into his bedroom. Jonathan Zestman is a well-dressed man. He likes to look good. He likes to feel good. He keeps things pretty organized in his personal life. I loved creating this open door situation for the closet. So shout out to, I think it's Felixander for these doors from one of his CC packs. I think I use a lot of him or a lot of their, I don't know their proper pronouns, so please excuse me if I'm getting that wrong, but I used Felixander and Hey Harry's CC the most, I think, throughout the entirety of my city build, because their CC is really the best. It's so good, it's so luxe, it fits a lot of different styles, and I don't know, I was just really loving it. Anyway, that was my first time creating a closet like that, and the closet system you see me using is from David's Apartment, another one of my favorites. I wanted to use a lot of David's Apartments from the CC pack. David's Apartment, I wanted to use a lot of that stuff, and I do believe I actually did in the kitchen in terms of like clutter and small items, because I like my Sims apartments to look a little bit lived in, still be well routed, and I do try to actually select things that I know that they can engage with to some degree. But yeah, overall, I had a good time putting this little apartment together and trying to find a story for him. I was gonna give him a more like tidied up bed, but I don't know, I like something about the like oversized comforter look and like creating a cozy hangout space for him in his room, which is, I imagine, something that he just couldn't have before because his mom wants the house to have a certain aesthetic and she doesn't care if it's your bedroom or not because it's her house, kind of thing. And so yeah, at first I put that dresser in the corner. I couldn't figure out what to do in the bedroom. I noticed that these records were missing finally, and then I come back and fix it. As you see, I had changed out the couch, I changed the rug, and all that stuff. And even though I'm cluttering up this dresser and trying to figure out what to do in here, I end up getting rid of it, and actually switching it out for, I think, a chair, some books, and another record player for him to like kick back in his bedroom sometimes. And maybe he likes to listen to music while he falls asleep, but he doesn't want to play it through the whole apartment or whatever. So, oh yeah, I used the tool mod to help me hang a little robe here for him because, of course, that's his lifestyle. Why wouldn't it be? Also had a hard time figuring out what to put above the bed that felt like it fit the room a little bit, or at least fit his character. Again, I feel like we just don't have enough things that go on the wall, or maybe I've just been out of build mode for a while that I've forgotten how to decorate walls in some of these apartments. So I settled for putting some posters of things that he would just like or did like, and never got to hang up because he was in his parents' home and that was just not about to happen. So yeah, I also put up this Mandalorian thing. I don't think I keep it up, but I had imagined that he was a Star Wars fan, or that he had visited there one time secretly and he was a fan of the Mandalorian. But as you see, I take it down. I felt like it didn't really fit the space in general. So now I'm putting in that little chair that I talked about. I do believe this is definitely a CC item because the Sims could never. However, I don't remember who it's by. And yeah, I add these little crates here. I think these are actually from Journey to Batu. And I add that little record player I spoke about. I add some old school, what I think are old school records from this old crate that he has. And it's just some of his like most favorite records, his most favorite albums. And I imagine that he sits there, pops one on, reads a book before bed, or just, you know, plays his music for either when he's with a lady or when he's just about to go to bed. That's just his thing. And then I go and I added some music posters to the wall, some like band posters. And yeah, I feel like it fits the space, even though it's not like super, I don't know, I guess sophisticated or whatever. It's almost a little teenage boyish or like college boy, but I feel like it was appropriate. As long as I maintained him in my mind as a character who just never got to decorate his own space because he wasn't allowed to. So yeah, I imagine he likes to travel, he likes music. I think I want to make him a DJ outside of being just a businessman. I think I want to give him the skill of being a DJ when I play him, but I would have to find a way or some place to fit in turntables into the city. So that, or create a club on another lot that he could visit and DJ at. So that's an idea. Yeah, so I changed the wallpaper in here finally to something that I actually liked. I brought the brick from the outside inside so that it would be a little more seamless, a little bit more realistic. I have him living in the building that I consider like the artist building, where it's only what do I have? 4 apartment units. There is 1 bedroom per unit. I think you can squeeze in a second bedroom in the top unit, but then you wouldn't really have like, I don't know. I'll see what I end up doing with it, but yeah. So we are actually nearing the end of the build. I'm only going to put up a couple more things on the wall here. I love that I found these records for the wall. I do wish I found them a little bit sooner, but I love that I put them into the entryway. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you like my build videos. I will have more videos coming out soon, possibly 2 to 3 times a week. So if you want to see more, if you want to see the small city develop, please don't be shy. Go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.